So, it has been a long time since I posted anything on my channel. I promised some sketchbook tours a long time ago, and unfortunately, the footage, I don't have it anymore because it was such a high resolution that it ended up being 65 gigabyte. Gigabyte? What the fuck? 65 gigabytes worth of footage. And I ended up deleting it since none of my editing softwares could handle it. And I just kind of gave up. So, and I never ended up refilming it. Now I'm going to go through just various sketchbooks that I have. This is my most recent one. I don't know. Actually, that's not true. I do know where my old one is. I just don't feel like getting it out right now. So we're going to go through my most recent one. Now, it's not fully completed. There's still a few blank pages, but it's the most complete out of any of my sketchbooks. So I also did not set up my tripod, so you're going to have to deal with my shaky hands. Sorry. But let's begin. So this is the outside. I'm a big Hotel Dusk fan, and you can see that these stickers I made. I believe I made these like 2 years ago, and this one's from about a year ago. No, actually, this is from the beginning of this year. And so, yeah, I love Hotel Dusk. I painted the outside with Posca because you can see it's supposed to be black. Again, we have another cowhide on the back. Some stickers because I like The Office. I know, I'm basic like that. And then you can see this was started around December 20th of 2023. I have not finished it yet, but I don't really feel like finishing it. But it's also just a few pages that are undone, so. Also, little bee dude. Watcha! That's not the first page. Watcha! This is the first page. Anyway, so this is my OC Leon. This actually was drawn in May, I believe, May of last year, but this is from December of 23. So that's a young Philip, that's a Nils, that's a Leon, Nils. And then we have a Leon page. And so you can see I've just stuck random things in. This is when I was starting to get into a more aesthetic, quote unquote, style of sketchbooking. Sketchbooking, is that a real word? I don't know, just go with it. Now I just don't really give a shit. I just put whatever I want in there. And we have a Nils page because I love Nils. And that's actually a really good eye. This one, I believe, was started at the beginning of 2024. But I didn't finish it until like May something of 24, I think. I don't really fully remember. And then we have some pen doodles. Not pen doodles, like sketches outlined with pen that you can see. We have Cowhide, Leon Kennedy, Brian Bradley, and Shane from Story Valley. And then, of course, this is my OC. Then we have Chris Redfield. We have another Leon. We have a little cat. And then we have some little watercolor paintings. This one's actually not half bad, all things considering how crappy the paper is. Then we have a Philip page. I never finished it, and this is like as far as I got. That looks like Posca. And then we have some more Philip doodles. Then we got Phil Titties. That I think was from earlier this year because I wanted to put something in this page. Same with these. These doodles here are from 2024, but these are from early 2025 because I was trying to draw Kyle Hyde, and that one actually turned out really well. Turn. Then we have like a pop-up thing. And so it was started again in like late 24 and then finished in 25 because I wanted to get something onto the page. Shit. And then we have a Philip one. I haven't really finished this one. I mean to, but I just have not gotten around to it. Stop moving. And then this one I never finished. This was supposed to be a Nils one, but it just never got finished. And so the next couple pages I'm probably going to have to censor because they have naked people. Why is that stuck? There. Ugh, charcoal all over my hands. So I'm going to have to censor that. And then we got Nils. And then we have Leon and Phil. And then we have some OCs. This one's Levi. This one's Hayate. This is Cassie. And that's Libby. This is when I was starting to try to learn to draw more plus-size body types. And then we have some characters. I have charcoal on my hand. No, not charcoal, graphite. These ones were done with graphite, I think. No, actually, no, these were these? Yeah, these were graphite. So this is Damon and their father, Daisuke, and this is Leon and his boyfriend, Philip. I really like the way Daisuke was drawn here. I think it turned out really well. So now we're going into like 2024 territory. Unfinished body. I think this is supposed to be Leon. Like before and after he gets sober because he's an alcoholic. And then this was for an assignment I did for school. We were supposed to imagine ourselves as a Baroque composer and what our day in life would be like. And I drew myself as one. I went the extra step. And then that's my feline companion, Emerus. Not Emerus. Emma? No. Ernest, I think. Anyway. This is my sturdy farmer, Leon. And then I follow Clarison on Tumblr. And this is her farmer, Clarice. And so I thought it'd be fun to draw them hanging out. Then we have Shane with Shane titties. I don't know if to censor those because I don't think YouTube likes titties. And then we have some Kyle hides and some Kyle bugs. I like drawing them as bugs. That's me. I was trying to see what I would look like with like a wolf cut. It didn't turn out too well, the drawing. And this is when I was watching Over the Garden Wall. I did a very poor Greg. And then we have Leon bugs. And then we have Cringefail and Harvey bug. And then these are my characters. I'll have to censor that because it has my state, but it's my I voted sticker. And these are like, this is Kyle and his sister Mandy. Mandy's daughter Mila. Mandy's wife Kate, now divorced. And that's Kyle's cat Deadly. This is my character Pecky Pines. She's cool. And then I have more shit. And then I have to censor some of this because that's my DMV receipt. Then we have another Mandy thing. And then we have a young Kyle. Then we have a blonde Kyle, which means he's older. Then we have a Ford and a heart sweater because I use my washi tape. Then we have, this is a card I got. I don't remember where that came from, but that was when I was in, yeah, I have to censor that too because that's where we go on vacation, but it's from a boba place. And then this is Peggy and then her cousin Mila. Then we have, because Peggy is a Gravity Falls OC and she's the daughter of Kyle and Stan. Call me cringe if you want. I don't care. And so this is her with her dad and her Uncle Mandy, and then she's with Stan and her Uncle Ford. So we have more. This is from a self-insert fanfiction I was writing, and I never finished it. And this is a comparison of Kyle's hands with Stan's hands. Look at me willingly drawing hands for once, shocker. This is a Kyle thing I actually printed out. It was drawn digitally, but I printed it out and put it in my sketchbook because I wanted to make a sticker out of it. And so that's my first attempt at drawing a human Bill Cipher. I don't really care for it, but you can still see some of the elements that are in my current iteration today. And I'll censor his name, I didn't mean to say it, sent me a picture of this as a reference, and I drew Mandy with it because it was really fucking funny. And then we have another Bill Cipher, another Bill Cipher. My human Bill Cipher is not quite that design now. Here we have another drawing of Peggy. That I don't know who that is, actually. I feel like I should know, but I don't. Maybe Peggy? I'm not sure. It doesn't look like her. It kind of does. I don't know. Anyway, we have Kyle, another Kyle. Then we have an Andrew Alcatraz. And then we have, I like this drawing of Kyle with the sunglasses. You can see I was still trying to figure out how to draw Stan's jaw. And then we have, this is for an AU thing with like Kyle and Peggy, because this is when he's pregnant with her. And then Stan and Kyle smooching. This Kyle's supposed to be turning his head laughing, but I can't draw like angled heads for shit. So that, I don't know who that is. I think it's just a random drawing. And so we have Kyle and Stan if they were in Animal Crossing, which honestly, I fucking love this one. It's so cute. Then we have Kyle drawing like those rainbow scratchy things. That one was very fun. And then we have more. I think this one here is me trying to copy, I think, the Bee and Puppy Cat style, because I was watching Bee and Puppy Cat. And then we have Peggy and Kyle, but Animal Crossing. And then this is another like AU thing I was doing with MMA, Fiddleford, and Ford being like a throuple. So that's fun. And then we have, let's see here. I think, because Peggy is trans femme, I think I had her like with the trans femme dipper, because that's fun. And then there's another Kyle on our C. And then we have a Leon Kennedy and Jack Krauser thing, because I like Metal Tango. I like a lot of ships. Metal Tango is one of them. And then we have, this is from a wrestler stand thing I was doing. I have like a whole post talking about it, but he's like calls himself like the Jersey Devil, and he's a heel. Think like, you know, Roddy Piper from like the early 80s. And here we have Peggy just kind of talking about like the odds and like, I guess, genetic details and stuff. Pause to read, I guess it's not that interesting. fuck. And this is the start of one of my OCs, Polygon. It was from like a create your own Euclidean OC challenge on Tumblr. And so you can see more of them. Here's another one. This was their first like human design, which honestly I absolutely love. My hands are hurting. And then we have more poly because they have, you can't quite see it, but they have multiple eyes because they have 6 eyes. And so also I shipped them with Pyramid Steve because why the fuck not? Because I love Steve. He's my son. And this is me trying to draw like Gravity Falls style, but I just kind of gave up. And we have another Steve and another Polly because I like Polly. And then this is actually one of my favorite pages. I love how like the hatching came out, and then we have Kyle, we have a Steve, a Polly, another Steve. And so I think it's Kyle. I'm not sure. I think that I don't remember. I think this is a page just Kyle, but I like how it turned out. And so this is a Stan, this is a Kyle, and this is my friend's character Hedrick in the mouth. They're such a toxic ship. I love them. Then we have a Ken. I actually like how their hair looks in this one. I don't know why I don't draw like that more often. Then we have a buzz cut Ken, because why not? Ken is Mandy, by the way. They're the same person. You have different names. Anyway, this is a list of like their names throughout the decades. Style is their ship name, Stan, Kyle. And so you can see here what they were called throughout the years. And then we have a Philip. I drew that for his birthday, I think, which was March 22nd. We have a Polly, and it's just some regular pen doodles. I think this is supposed to be a young Kyle, and then we have another Mandy. And this is like, I guess, a timeline of them. And this one's a like really dumb fucking comic that I made. It's so funny. It reads like this and then this. It's so dumb. I love it. And then we have another Ken, another Ford. This is me. I think I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. And I was trying to draw my characters like in like a style adjacent to it, I think. And these were like OCs that I'd kind of created for that like a long time ago. Then this is like I guess like mob AU thing, not even AU, just like a world. Her name is Claire Bianchi and Lorraine Murphy. Lorraine is her bodyguard and Claire is like the head of like the mob or whatever. And Claire has polychoria. I think it's pronounced polychoria. Polychoria. I don't. The one where like your pupils all fucked up and kind of like split open in a way, and so she wears sunglasses to hide it. And her faithful bodyguard, Lorraine, is also her girlfriend. Also, we have Stan drawn in Morticia's outfit and Morticia drawn in a Stan adjacent outfit because Stan won Sexiest Man on Tumblr and Morticia won Sexiest Woman on Tumblr. So outfit swap for victory reasons. And then that's a drawing of me and an outfit I really liked. And I'm going to censor these next pages because they were like speed dating stuff that I did, and it's all like very personal. And we have another, this is another OC drawing. She was a Dragon Quest Builders OC and I never finished it. And that's the last of it. So as you can see, I haven't really done like a whole lot. That's not true. I have done quite a lot with it, but you can see where I started giving up at the end. I do have another journal sketchbook thing that I'm working on. Though it'll be a pain to like censor out the text because I don't want it's got some really personal stuff in there because I'm treating it like a journal. But here, let's show this one. So yeah, this is my OC Lenora. I love her. She could destroy me and I would let her. So yeah, I haven't really put any stickers or anything on it yet because I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the outside. But yeah, I'm sorry I've been like so absent for so long. I've really been struggling with like my mental health recently. I switched my antidepressants and it has been rough. Excuse me, sorry, hiccup. But yeah, I always say I'm gonna try and post more and then I never do. So I'm not gonna say anything at this point because I don't think I can. Anyway, thank you for watching. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. I love when people comment on my shit because then people are talking to me. Bye.